Hey, everybody, welcome back once again to Tarot Time. And we're going to talk today about the Three of Wands and the Wheel. And John, I'm going to just let you get right to it.
All right, let's get right to it. So you can see this the two cards of today on the screen. The one on the left there is the Three of Wands. So this is from the Chris-Anne Lightseers deck, as always. And each card has a mantra, so I'll be talking about the mantras. But the Three of Wands card, let me tell you the mantra first. So the mantra for this card is, I'm expectant and optimistic, and I know that my dream is on its way. So you can see in the picture there, the woman is holding a surfboard, and she's looking out over the sea. And the idea there is that expecting the results of your efforts. It's waiting for your ship to come in. Some of the other standard tarot decks, the Raider White, has someone looking over the sea, and it looks like they're waiting for something to come in. So what the meaning of this card is energy manifested, seeing the results of your efforts. So it signifies a moment when you and those you're collaborating with you have a plan, you're moving forward, and you are making things happen. So it's waiting for those results to come in. You've planted the seed, you've done the work, and now you're going to see the results. And I really like that card because a lot of us work really hard towards something. When you get this card, the meaning is, all right, your results are coming in.
Wow. And so what's screaming at me is something that's been coming across my feed, coming across meditate, and everything and all the information that's out there. There are an awful lot of people who are of the opinion that you should lower your expectations so you won't be disappointed. And I think that this card is a really good reminder not to lower your expectations,
right,
but to raise them, to allow the water and the energy to rise up to meet you. You've done the work. Expect the best.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to say it. I love that. One nice thing is that this is in the suit of wands, which is action. So it's not going to be sitting around waiting for things to happen. It's an active expectation and knowing that things that you worked on are now coming your way, coming to fruition. So it's a very much an action card.
So time to throw some gratitude out there for something you haven't gotten yet, so it starts making its way towards you, right? Like
perfect example
from the energy perspective. Yep. I love that idea.
Yep, perfect. All right, so let's move on to the other card. The second card, the one on the right there, is the Wheel, and we got a lot to say about the Wheel. First of all, the Wheel is from the Major Arcana. Remember, there's 5 suits in tarot. There's the 4 elements, and then there's the Major Arcana cards. When you get a Major Arcana card in a reading, it's a lot more energy behind that card. It's a card that means you need to pay attention. So this is a big deal. And the Wheel card, the mantra for this one from Chris-Anne's deck is, I allow the transformative energies of fate to help me expand my experience. So the Wheel, there's a huge energy of fate, of changes, of destiny, of cycling through. So I call it the what comes around goes around card. It is totally about things changing, things moving. You just left one season, we're going into the next, but we know we're going to come back to that season in a year's time again. It's just this cycle of ups and downs, of coming and going, cycles of seasons, cycles of karma. It signifies positive changes and opportunities that are on the horizon, but it's also saying, I'm not going to tell you when, and I'm not going to tell you what. Just know that the seasons are changing and that good things are coming.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. So, and it's a little bit about trust, isn't it? Trust the universe, right?
Yes.
Stand back and allow fate to expand.
Yep.
And, I don't know if there's many different ways to conceptualize fate, the idea of fate.
Yep.
But I think one of the big things about fate is just trusting that the universe is there to give you right? The universe wants to give you the best possible
Yeah, the universe has your back.
outcome, has your back. So yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
You know,
So
just something just popped in my head just now. Earlier, we were talking about kind of being in a funk, in a down state, being angry or sad. I think what this card is saying about that specifically is whatever you're in right now, you can expect the next thing to come soon.
right.
So if you're angry now, the fate or the cyclical nature of things means in a little while you're not going to be angry or sad. It's just something that's going to come to you. Trust the universe.
Right. Well, and the truth of the matter is that if you're angry or sad, it's a process, right?
Yeah,
There's
it's a
there's a
process.
process.
Trust the process.
There's a process, but the right. The best way to get a handle on that process is to 100% believe that you are the one that's in control.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That it's for you to say. I mean, even when in that conversation, if you listen to another episode, folks, we were talking about kind of being mad and just wanting to stay mad. And that would have been my choice to stay mad, or your choice to stay angry and upset and overwhelmed. Or while you can't necessarily choose to become not mad, and because this is a card of action, you need to take action, like the breath work that we were talking about.
Right. That's a good point. Yep.
So that, it's amazing what we can learn if we pay attention and think it through. What what these things have to say to us. If we, you read the tarot, and especially like Radley Valentine's decks, which are amazing, and they have the meanings of the card, written on the
right
card.
on the card. Yeah.
Which those are prompts to kind of help you. But the more you work with tarot, the more you work with the cards, the more you can develop that relationship with the cards, that they can begin to speak to you in a way that is so much more than what the book says or what the card says, which does not devalue what the book says or what the card says. What it speaks to is the idea that practice is what it takes to get mastery, right? Like
100%. And it's it's learning to work with your intuition.
Yeah, that's it. So, wow. Well, that was amazing. Thank you so very much. Do you have any final thoughts?
I guess what I would like to say is if these two cards came up in a reading together, what I would probably say is, okay, so you have the efforts of your work coming to you, and all of life is cyclical. You're going to get through this next cycle. So whatever that cycle is, anticipate those good things to happen as you're going through this next cycle.
Oh, that's right. I mean, if you think about it, the moon is on a cycle, and there's very, very specific times for manifesting and release, and setting intentions and everything.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense all the way around the block to pay attention to not only what the cards have to say, but the energy that it's bringing to the party, and pay attention to what to what's happening. That's amazing. All right. Well, that's it for this week's Tarot Time.
This was Tarot Time.
We will see you next week. We've got, I think it's a couple more weeks before Halloween, but I think maybe for Halloween we can pick the death card. If we haven't done it yet. Right. Have we done it already?
I think we have, but we can we'll do the Tower and the Death card in the same.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Like, I love that. That's like A to Z, right? Like, that's two ends of the spectrum, I think. And me personally, I just love AZ. Anyway, all right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. We'll see you soon for the next episode of Does It Resonate With You? And if you enjoyed this one, reach down and hit that like button and the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. We'd really appreciate it.
Yep.
All right.